वेल स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम ह्यूमन फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव सिस्टम पर बात करेंगे। सबसे पहले डायग्राम बनाते हैं। दिस इज पार्ट ऑफ ओविडक्ट, यूट्रस एंड ओविडक्ट ऑन अनदर साइड। This is uterus portion. Let me draw the oviduct complete. This is left ovary, this is right ovary. Okay, ovary is connected to, this is uterus part, to uterine wall by ligaments. This ovary is also connected to uterine wall by ligaments, and oviduct towards the ovary, it has some finger like projections to collect the ovum called as fimbriae. What it called? Fimbriae. And this funnel shaped portion is called infundibulum. The next part is called ampulla. What it called? Ampulla. And the last portion which joined to the uterus is called isthmus. Let me draw it complete. Another side, infundibulum, and this lining. This is fundus portion of uterus. This is fundus portion of uterus. Fundus. This is body of the uterus. Its uterus is bag like structure. Okay. This is vaginal canal. And this is a membrane called hymen. This is vaginal opening. This is vaginal canal. This is cervical canal. And this is cervix portion. This is primary female sex organ called ovary. And these are ligaments. This is uterus. Uterus is this bag like structure in which both the oviduct, isthmus, ampulla and infundibulum, these three are part of oviduct. Oviduct is also called as fallopian tube or fallopian tube. Okay. Now, female reproductive system consists of the primary sex organs, female sex organs called one pair of ovary, and there are accessory reproductive ducts. These ducts include this oviduct. Oviduct has three parts. The proximal to the uterus is called isthmus, then ampulla, and infundibulum, the terminal portion. It is very close to the ovary. Ovary are connected to uterine wall and the pelvic wall by the ligaments. They all together also they are all connected by ligaments. Okay, this uterus, uterine portion, oviduct opens into uterus. Uterus is a bag-like structure. It has two main parts, this fundus part and this body of the uterus. Body of the uterus, it has three layers. The innermost layer means towards the uterine cavity, it is called endometrium. Endometrium. It undergoes cyclic changes during, this is endometrium on this side. Endometrium, it is very thick and rich in blood capillaries, vascular tissue. It undergoes cyclic changes during menstrual cycle in human females periodically, and it is a complete 1 month cycle. Inner to endometrium, there is another layer. It has muscles and it is called myometrium. Myometrium. It is muscular in nature. On both sides there is myometrium, and this is perimetrium, very thin layer, outermost layer, that is perimetrium. Perimetrium actually just protective function. Myometrium undergo muscular contraction during childbirth or parturition. The cervical canal is there, and which opens into vaginal canal. It opens out through vagina. These are the accessory reproductive ducts in the human female reproductive system. Now we come to primary sex organ, that is ovary. If we see one ovary, let it be one ovary, it has outermost layer. The outermost layer, it is called the germinal epithelium. It is called germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium has cells which produce female germ cells or the female gametes. Next to it is a thin connective tissue called tunica, or just below the epithelium is tunica albuginea. All around it is called tunica albuginea. Germinal epithelium, albuginea, and inner all tissue, complete tissue is called as stroma, or called as ovarian stroma or stroma. This stroma tissue is again differentiated in two parts: the inner part medulla, stroma medulla, and outer part is stroma cortex. Now in ovary stroma, this germinal epithelium during fetal stage ovary, when the female bearing this ovary is in fetus stage, then few cells or some of the cells are differentiated from epithelial cell, germinal epithelium, or called as oogonium. What they call oogonia, or oogonium single, oogonia many cells. Many cells got differentiated. This oogonium, when surrounded by oogonia, or say it undergo mitosis, divide by mitosis and form primary oocyte. What it called? Primary oocyte. This is primary oocyte. We will discuss in oogenesis also, primary oocyte. This is primary oocyte. It gets surrounded by some of the follicular cells from the stroma tissue, and this structure formed is called primary follicle. What it called? Primary follicle. Primary follicle. Primary follicle then surrounded by few more layers of follicular cells around. More follicular cells, one layer and maybe 2 or 3 layers of follicular cells and one primary oocyte. This is called secondary follicle. What it called? Secondary follicle. These changes occur under the secretion or effect of follicular stimulating hormone, that is one of the hormone from pituitary, anterior pituitary. Secondary follicle, and it undergo maturation, and after maturation it form mature follicle, tertiary follicle, also called as Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle consists of the primary oocyte and a cavity all around, formed by these follicular cells, and this cavity is called as antrum, and primary oocyte surrounded by follicular cells again. This is called mature follicle or Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle. So, primary follicle, secondary follicle and tertiary follicle or Graafian follicle. This happens during first 14 days of menstrual cycle, and later on 14th day, this Graafian follicle ruptures from ovary, and released from the ovary, and this ovum is released. What is released? Ovum, and rest of the follicle act as an endocrine gland. It is called corpus luteum. What it called? Corpus luteum, the endocrine gland. It also secretes progesterone hormone, which help in implantation and further pregnancy related processes. So, this is ovum released from ovary. This is called ovulation. So, ovum when released from ovary, from this side, one of the ovary release one ovum in 1 month. Every month only one of the ovary release one ovum. This is a normal procedure. Both the ovary may also release, and they may produce 2 zygote different and form twins. One of the ovum is released. It is collected by fimbri of the infundibulum, and it comes in this. Okay, so let understand the oogenesis process. This is the primary oogonia cell. What is oogonia? Germinal epithelium se there is one cell called oogonia. Oogonium. For single we called oogonium. Oogonium divide by mitosis and form primary oocytes. Equal division it is, and called primary oocytes. These are also diploid because it is also diploid. Mitosis is taking place, primary oocyte. This all happening in the fetal stage of the female ovary. Fetus stage, when the female bearing this ovary is in her mother's uterus. Okay, primary oocyte, each primary oocyte start dividing by meiosis first, and at prophase first of meiosis first, the division is arrested. What it? Arrested. Stops till puberty. till puberty. When the female bearing these primary oocytes, from childbirth to the puberty, till puberty, the size of the primary oocyte only increases, gain. But the division of primary oocyte is remain arrested in meiosis first stage. And at puberty begins, it divide unequally and form a bigger cell and a smaller cell. This is called first polar body first, and this is called secondary oocyte. This division actually just occurs before ovulation. Here, when the ovum is released, it is actually released in secondary oocyte stage. Secondary oocyte, it is not ovum, it is secondary oocyte. Just meiosis first completed and it released. Just before the ovulation, meiosis first is completed and it remained arrested, or it completed. First meiosis first got completed and the polar body get degenerated. First polar body, unequal cytokinesis, and secondary oocyte then undergo meiosis 2, meiosis second, and it also arrested at metaphase second. What? Meiosis second also arrested at metaphase second, and it remains secondary oocyte stage. Till then the sperm enters the ova. Secondary oocyte cell. This is secondary oocyte and this is that, and zona pellucida and corona radiata. It is secondary oocyte. As the sperm enters the this secondary oocyte, after entering, it dissolves the corona radiata and zona pellucida. As the nucleus of the sperm, by action of acrosome hormones, nucleus of the sperm enters the zona pellucida, inner layer of this protective layer, undergoes some chemical changes, and it does not allow entry of other sperms. Then at this stage, after entry of the sperm, it triggers the division. Meiosis 2 get completed and ootid is formed finally. Ootid, in this ootid is formed. This ootid is formed and second polar body is formed. Means meiosis second is completed and one ootid and another polar body 2. Second polar body also get degenerated, and this ootid is now final, the female gamete. It is haploid finally. Secondary oocyte was also haploid, and before that the primary oocyte was diploid, and it was diploid because mitosis. This is at puberty, and just at ovulation this is ovulation. Secondary oocyte is at ovulation. At ovulation, secondary oocyte is released, and after ovulation, this entry of sperm in the ovum triggers the meiosis 2 to get completed. If the fertilization does not occur, then the secondary oocyte get degenerated without forming ootid. This is about oogenesis in the human female. So, follicular development takes place inside the ovary, primary follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle, and ovulation. We'll take it separately in the menstrual cycle also. So, this is all about this female reproductive system, and for labeling, label it is oviduct, and this is uterine cavity, uterine cavity, fundus portion, or this is ligaments, all. So you all listen it again also and note down in your copy, note down PDF notes I have sent earlier and prepare the topic. Thank you very much.